or OVO Camp itself. Majority of all the all 7 tracks.
But wait. Duppy came out after the album though.
Then my bad. So the album came out.
The album came out. Infrared was the song.
Yeah. Then Duppy came out. So then I thought the beef was done. So right now I'm thinking, it's 1-1 because the album was fire.
Yeah.
And Drake going there to help them guys out with their rhymes and their beats, and you're gonna spin his face by dissing him, it's disrespectful.
But Drake's been throwing subliminal.
Yeah. But you don't see Kanye going to OVO camp helping out Drake though, or anybody from that camp helping out Drake.
That's true.
So I'm like, I found that disrespectful.
True.
Then he came out with a Duppy. I'm like, all right, it makes sense. You go over there, you help them out. I get it. Now it's 1-1. The album was fire, but then he comes out with the story of Adi Don.
Yeah.
To me personally, I thought Drake was done. Like I thought Drake was about to do a Meek Mills, because Pusha basically
destroyed him.
Pull the cat out of the bag. Because one, your best friend is talking about your business to a female that I know, and the female comes to me with that information. 2, you're hiding a kid. 3, you're about to reveal the kid with your Adidas line.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
What father does that?
But wait a second.
That was the part that made me go like, what the fuck?
But what? Okay. Drake. Okay. Fuck. I forget what I was gonna say. Edit this out later. Fuck. I had something to jump in. Oh yeah, the timeline.
Yeah.
So he thought that Kanye was the rat.
Yeah. But it wasn't.
Right.
It's his boy 40.
Which he found out after the story about Edon, like way down the road.
Yeah.
Because Pusha came out on the Budden podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And exposed the whole scene. He's like, it wasn't Kanye.
Yeah.
It was your boy 40. I can't do Pusha's voice, but Pusha's voice has a calm voice. It's like, it wasn't Kanye.
Pusha's a fucking surgeon.
It was 40, man. 40's pillow talking to a woman that I know.
It's crazy.
About you, Drake.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And boom.
So do you think that Drake was going to respond to the story of Adidon, though?
I think so.
You think that the J Prince shit was real?
I don't think 100% was real. I think that J Prince told him don't do it.
Yeah.
But I do believe that Drake
had some.
Yeah, I think
but
Drake.
It wouldn't have been that good. Like Pusha would have came back.
I don't think it would have been good, but I think it would have been like disrespectful.
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that like when Fort, like how you were saying, like Fort, like he said that it's for boy 40 that told me. And he was like, he's been with this girl. And if Drake knows how long that he's been pillow talking with this girl and all the stuff that 40's involved in, he's like, how much information does Pusha have? Does it make sense for me to go after him again?
But you didn't think that Pusha was going to respond to the Duppy?
Nah, 100%. Cause I thought Pusha was a bigger man. Cause Pusha already won with the album.
He is being a bigger man by responding, though.
No, cause Pusha already won with the album. The album.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take by track, then it's 7-1.
Okay.
But I'm like, Pusha, you don't need to respond to this. Like, let Drake have this one, and you call it a day.
But I think the reason why he responded to it is because he just wanted to let Drake to know, it's like, I got you. Like, I know I'm.
It was a different tag.
Yeah, it's kind of like Eminem 8 Mile. The fact that Eminem had all that information on what's his face, in 8 Mile, and then use it on him right at the end of the movie to basically shut him up. It's basically letting Drake know, I got all this info on.
Yeah, 100%.
And now the fact that he doesn't know. The fact that Drake didn't know at the beginning who gave all this information out.
Yeah.
Because the whole fact was like the first thing he
planned out perfectly.
Yeah, but the first thing he did, he went after Kanye.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like, it's not Kanye, it's your boy here.
That bridge.
So now it's basically like, Drake, how many people are you talking your business to?
To the point, no, but this whole beef, it made Drake fix his album though. His album was ready. He had to go back and
that's true
and fix up his album because of this. You know what I'm saying? Because of that pressure.
That's what fucked the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Is that in the end, after all this shit, Drake dropped like a fucking forgettable album for the most part.
Only two. There's only 3 bangers on that whole album.
Yeah.
Kiki.
Yeah. Unforgettable.
I
like Sandra's Rose just because of Primo's production.
And Mob Ties. Those are only 3 tracks that get played every day.
Okay. The one that I'm upset.
No.
God's Plan too.
Sorry, yeah. God's Plan.
I like that song too.
Yeah. Sorry, 4.
And then that stupid song that's played nonstop. That's called Nonstop.
Yeah, Nonstop. Oh yeah. Okay, then 5.
I hate that song though.
5.
Terrible.
Cause it's like, once again, it's the beat, the hook.
Good, bro.
I know.
So really,
it's 808, sir.
So really nowadays it's
like
just the
5
beat.
minutes.
It has nothing to do with the artist that's on it. It's just the beat.
Nowadays, yes.
For the most part, yeah.
The producers are the ones that make the artists, but the producers get no
credit.
credit.
But they get money.
It's funny how the artist takes all the credit for the producer most of the time.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
But now you have a lot of producers that are coming out to the forefront, being the ones that are like,
because of SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
But not even just that. They're like you have them like
who?
Like
Mustard?
No, like Sony Digital.
Michael Made It.
Benny on the Beat.
DJ Khaled.
The guy who made
DJ who?
Or whatever the hell.
Khaled.
He's not a producer.
Yeah, he's not.
What he is. He always has to say his name and everything.
All he is. What is he? What is DJ Khaled?
A hype man, you know.
He's just someone that brings people together. He's like a project manager.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's
true. So.
So basically, he's the new Puff Daddy.
Yeah, I guess. Did Puff Daddy produce though? Or did the Trackmasters produce all this shit?
I think he was just there, like he was just the energy.
Yeah, and the tracks I think that he did produce were like barely produced. They're just like one loop, basically.
I'm sorry. Speaking of Puff Daddy, I was like, I'm thinking about Puff Daddy and Mace. There's a one song we were talking about back in the day.
Which one?
The Jealous Guy.
Oh yeah, Jealous Guy.
Jealous Guy. I don't care what anybody said. Jealous
terrible
Guy.
Singing, but I love that
horrible
song.
singing, but
great energy.
One of the best songs ever on an album.
I mean, that was a great album.
That was a great album, but Jealous Guy.
I like 24 Hours of that though.
Oh, of course. 24 Hours of Love was a banger. It was the best. Okay, so we're gonna go on to.
I like these little detours. So.
we go on major detours on all of our stuff.
Okay.
All right, so to end off the show, we're probably coming way close to time. But to end off the show, we're gonna talk. Our last topic of the day is when to let things go.
I'm gonna go start this, or I'm gonna finish.
You're gonna start this because you're talking about how you had this major rant going on.
Then I got to finish it. Then.
All right. Well, kind of start us off. Like, when you mean, when you're saying about letting things go, like, does it mean like a relationship?
That
life,
jealousy.
That's a hard question.
Anger. Relationships, jealousy, anger, fear. I'll put regret in there too.
Okay.
I'll put regret in there as well.
Like,
so we okay.
Like, I see you, especially with in regards to like old relationships. Like, I have a friend who recently, she did was in a relationship, they broke up, and did something that I call the backslide. When you say you're done with somebody, you're done with a relationship, but then everybody's had that one person.
Done.
Yeah, that one person that they did the backslide. Where it's like, I'm done with you.
Thank you, next.
We're done. And then it's like, well, we can sleep together and blah, blah, blah. And then you sleep together with that person and you're thinking, you catch the feelings again. You think everything is like, okay, we're going to try this again. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, they say or do something that's just like, yo, this is just a thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you were expecting anything more. It was just a thing. And then you get hurt and you get all fucked up. It's like, I understand it's letting go of a relationship, especially when you're in a relationship that's been gone on for a long time. Yeah. It's one of the hardest things to just say, I'm over it. It's just like I was saying on the last podcast, it's being in an abusive relationship or whatnot, it's the hardest thing to let go. And if you're so caught up in it, you're gonna end up going back. That person just says that one thing that just makes you feel like, she loves me or he loves me, and they'll never do it again.
We can make this work.
Yeah, we can make this work. We can fix this. and then you get back in, and then you realize, yo, nothing's changed.
Kicking the pumps again.
Yeah. So it's like letting go of a relationship is one of the hardest things, and it's like you're never gonna really be out of it until you decide that you're really done. Because I know people who are in relationships, and that's not a matter of like being abusive relationship, but they're just in relationships that they know don't work. No matter how many times they try to start up again, it doesn't work, but they still keep going back because of familiarity. Mm-hmm. You know, that just, because you, like, if you've been with a person for like 3 to 5 years, they're familiar. You know exactly how they are, how they speak, you know, how they smell. It's like, it's just that familiarity, and you just want to, you know, you feel comfortable like that. And especially like in this day and age, trying to start something new is hard. It's friggin' hard. So you end up wanting to go back to like the old, the familiar, the comfort.
That's true.
It's just like, you know, with food. you try and go out there and try and eat new things and whatever, but eventually you just go back to Old Faithful. So it's like trying to do, like, letting go of old stuff is like fucking hard as hell. But you gotta, you know, if it's not good for you, you just gotta say cut ties. Just move on.
How do you know if it's not good for you though? I think that's like, so.
Well, knowing what is good and what isn't good for you, like, your gut tells you. One of the biggest problems I find that people, they think too much with their heart and except with their head.
Yeah.
Right? So many people are like in their feelings, but not letting their mind, not listening to what their mind is telling them. Because it's like when you feel that something isn't right or something isn't a good idea for you, it's time to go. Like, you know you need to leave. But, you know, people don't want to just follow their head. They're too busy following their heart.
Or they're following their private parts.
That's another thing. Well, why? Okay, let me ask a question. Why is it guys that like lead so much with their dicks than their heads?
Why are they which, sir?
Why are there so many guys that follow so much with, you know, their downstairs head rather than their upstairs head?
Or their heart?
Yeah. Yeah.
They want to feel it. It's something new. New territory.
Yeah. Like if you're in a good relationship with somebody, and I'm not saying that, you know, it's like not cheating. Always just relationship. It could be cheating, but it's not always just relationship. Sometimes it's just like you see something, and you're like, yo, I want to experience that.
They want to test drive the car.
Yeah.
Biology.
Yeah, but it's like
we're wired that way.
Yeah, but you, like, say for instance, you know that situation is messed up. You know that, like, say you know that person, and you know they're messed up. You know they're crazy, but you still like, meh.
You gotta train yourself.
I say 98% of the men nowadays are messing up the game for the rest of us that are in the 3%.
Yeah.
It's either it goes one way. They either ruin the chick so bad that she becomes a hellhound. You know what I'm saying? Or it goes, he messed up so bad that she has no faith in men, not physically, but like mentally, and like providing. Third way it goes, he's just a complete asshole, abusive to the point that she has problems open up herself to other men, or even people that she wants to be friends with. You know what I'm saying? It could go those 3 routes. There's probably many more, but I don't know them. But those are the main 3 I know. It's either the guy just wants the sex, gets it, and has her emotionally and physically drained to the point that she's want to give her body out to anybody else because things is a lie. 2, the guy is just a straight asshole and doesn't know how to communicate and talk to her properly, to the point she doesn't know how to express herself to other men. Or 3, what was the 3rd one again? She's just gone. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a shell. She's just out for the hunt now. Now she's a hunter now because of what a man did to her. And then the guys that are in the 3%, we have to, because we love to rebuild and fix things, we try our best to repair what's damaged. To the point that us fixing it is ruining us.
Because we're willing to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of these guys aren't willing to put in, or they.
A lot of the girls aren't willing to put in the work either.
Facts.
Oh my god.
Facts.
Like maybe because it's so easy for them.
Yeah, because they have options.
And they don't really have to do much.
They can literally come out their house and say, "Hey, you in the checker jacket, what? You want to hook up?"
What guy's gonna be like?
They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah. Let me just hook up myself right now. Go."
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Black.
For example, now let's say role switch, like we talked about earlier this morning about role switching. If that was a guy in the balcony, hey you, in the TNA pants and the Uggs, what the hell do you want? Let's hook up. You're a weirdo.
Creep.
You're a creep.
No, but didn't we also say that we do want girls to shoot their shot? Like why?
Yes, girls. Yeah. Girls shoot your shot,
Sure.
but shooting your shot is not being like, hey, I want you right now in the bathroom. Shooting your shot is like, yo, I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
I want to take you out.
But sometimes there's a place for that, though, right?
Yeah, like I said earlier, like it depends on the person that you are. If you're looking for a hookup, then go ahead.
Yeah.
If you're looking for,
you did say that. Yeah.
if you're looking for a bond,
You're right. Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking both sides of the field.
Yeah.
You're just staying where it is.
Right. Just be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't mean to like cut this off short, but final thoughts. We gotta wrap this up because we're really running late. So we're gonna have final thoughts. So on today's topics and on today's like what we discussed today, whichever item that you want to touch on, I want to get everybody's final thoughts. So having our guest here today, Ian, want to get your final thoughts on any topic.
I mean, money, man. Like I think we gotta all recognize that money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, money change,
I think that we have to be more aware of why we think certain ways about certain things, and we just gotta be more. We gotta think critically about the world around us and the role that money has to play in shaping the way we think. And with relationships, I would say it all depends. Like everybody's different, all your relationships are different, so you have to do what's right for yourself. And if it's time to go, it's time to go. But there's also like the point of sometimes you got to know when to stay too. So I don't know. I'll pass it on from there.
TJ, your final thoughts.
Let go. When you see the red flags, you gotta go, man. You gotta let go. Relationship wise, yes, if you want to work things out, go ahead. No way knocking you or belittling if you want to work things out. But if you see you trying to work things out and the other person is not willing to do it, let it go. The more you try to harp on it, you just look more lonely to that person. Just let them be.
What if they don't want to go?
Then make up your mind. It's either you're about to build this empire with me or not. It's either
you're out.
It's either you're my John the Baptist or you're my Judas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta pick one. If you're tiptoeing in and out, me personally, I can't afford that. I can't have that.
Your time is valuable.
My time is valuable. I live, I'm not saying like a fast lifestyle, but I live a productive lifestyle. So any girl that's listening to this or trying to slide into the DMs, you gotta realize my time is valuable, and if I'm gonna put time in you,
that's right.
Appreciate that, because I don't do that with anybody. My time is sacred, and I put the time towards you. That means I see something more towards your physical features or what's in your mind. I see a future with you. Take that in mind. If you don't see that, don't waste my time. Block and delete me, or I'll block and delete you, and keep it moving. I have no time for the wishy-washy in anything, especially in friendships too. If you don't want to talk back to me or whatever, or if you have a gripe with me, just talk it out. If you don't want to talk it out, keep it moving. If I see you on the road, I'm not gonna be awkward or kiss my teeth with you. I'll say hi, bye, ciao.
Civil.
No small talk. Simple.
True. My final thoughts are going around like the whole aspect of role reversals. You know, I'm perfectly fine with the whole like how things are going. You know, the new change up where women are finding their empowerment and doing their thing and wanting to build their empire and build their lifestyle. That's perfectly fine. It's great because like how we said before, we love women that are self-sufficient and independent. That's it's sexy. But then with the aspects of these role reversals, there are like how my man TJ said that now women are becoming a little bit more aggressive. Mm-hmm. They're stating what they want and they're being out there and saying whatever. If you're looking to be aggressive and be the one that's be the dominant one in the relationship, that's fine. That's you.
Yeah.
Don't get mad when you get with a guy who's submissive and then you get really pissed off afterwards and say that oh, this isn't why are you being like this, why are you being like that. You can't get mad if you want to be a dominant. It's just like how we said before, an alpha needs an alpha. Beta rolls with a beta. And you have to know when to switch up roles. Sometimes, if you're an alpha female, you got to be able to, switch up your role at certain times and let your man be the alpha, and run things. You can't always be the one in charge. And that's the whole, with the role reversals is that it's perfectly fine for you to want to be in charge, but at the same time, for you to feel your feminine self, you got to let your man be able to be in charge. That's the only way for you to actually to find that effeminate side at the same time. So, like I was saying, well, my thoughts is that if you're going to be that way, if you're going to have these role reversals, that's perfectly fine, but you just got to be able to know how to have that balance. Because that's the only way that a relationship can work with the new dynamic. Because there are women who are in the workforce who are like at the high statuses, like they're the CEOs, and they have guys who are, not really, pulling their full potential or pulling their full weight when they're with them, right? Mm-hmm. And when they're the one that's like coming home, like if you're you have your whole life, you're being dominant outside of the workplace, and then you're coming home and being the dominant one at home, you're not gonna be happy. You need to have that little balance of being able to say, I came home, now I want to just sit back and, hey, what do you just walking in the house and think you're just going to come and sit down, go wash your hands, go do this, go take care of the kids, go talk to them. It's like, oh, okay, all right. It's like getting that equal balance. Mm-hmm. The same thing for a guy if he's outside all day and he's being the dominant person out in his job, and then he comes home and has to be the dominant one. It doesn't help.
It's too much.
Yeah. And especially like if you have your husband who's outside and he's not getting to be the dominant person outside at work all the time. Like he's working at 9 to 5 and busting his ass and getting treated like crap when he's at work. You don't want to come back in the house and start being treated like shit when he walks to the door.
That's true.
He wants to be able to feel like, yo, this is my house. I run this. And that's why, back in the day, they had that whole saying about like, oh, daddy's coming home, make sure to keep the big piece of chicken for daddy because, he's out there doing all the stuff, we gotta, as soon as he walks in the door, like, hey, daddy, no. Make him feel like he's wanted in the house.
People don't think about how much shit people take during their daily lives.
Yeah, and it's like, when you come home, you're taking shit when you walk through the door. You gotta be able to, like, know that if you're, like, especially, when your spouse comes home or your significant other comes home, and they're saying, yo, I had a shitty day at work. Give them a minute to like express themselves. Say whatever they have to say. Mm-hmm. Get out all their frustrations. Mm-hmm. And then you could turn around if you had a shitty day. Yo, this is my day. This is how my day went. Nobody wants, like I said before, nobody wants to come home or to any situation with their significant other and say, my day was such crap. Well, my day was crap. It's like, okay, well, you know what? I was talking. Let me get what I have to say out. Then you can fully say whatever you have to say. Right. Acknowledge me. Let me, speak my piece.
Right.
And that's what every relationship wants to have. So, again, with the role reversals, you can have those role reversals. You just need to know how to have that balance within the house, within the relationship, to make it work. Because if there is no balance, it ain't gonna work.
That's right.
It's just gonna be even more shit that you're gonna have to deal with. But anyways, that ends the Den of Owls podcast 2.5.
2.5.
I'd like to say thank you to our guest today, Ian.
Thanks for having me.
You want to plug your IG or anything out there for the listeners?
iMac519 on most social medias, and then Lucky.Observer on IG. Come follow me. I do vinyl stuff on there.
Alright.
Yeah.
And again, my man TJ. We always plug Den of Owls, but now when we talked about business stuff today, and we talked about what you do. Plug yourself so people know where to find your hair oils and your food and all your catalog, please.
Okay, it's gonna be a long list. Food wise, catering by 636 on IG. Meal prep, Elite Guards Fitness on IG. Music, Ultimate Vibes. For massage therapy, The Hand _ by 636. You like that one, don't you? For hair and beauty products, Lion and Hair Beauty Products on IG. A personal blog and other techniques I teach called The Looking Glass 1. I think that's all of it. I think I'm missing 2 or 3, but I think that's my main ones. Oh, sorry. And for your edible indulgement, follow Teddy, and Ted by 636.
When we have our next podcast, we're going to be getting into I want to talk a little bit about that other part of the other. Hopefully, there's a certain female that should be coming on the podcast.
I hope so too.
To talking with us about some other stuff. So when she comes on, we'll be going more into that other. You'll find that out later on. Stay tuned for that. And of course, you can follow me, Iron Letter, at Iron Letter. It's spelled like Iron, Letta. Iron Letter, individual rule of a nation leading entirely through thought analysis. So that has been the Den of Owls podcast 2.5. Coming soon, Den of Owls podcast 2.3. Holla at your boy.